We play a game here in Australia. It's called Spotto. I don't know if they play it in America. It's basically spotting the yellow car. And
Oh,
once you say, all right, let's, especially as a kid, you play it more so. And then obviously with your nieces, nephews, and so forth. But in general, Spotto was spot the yellow car, and what happens? Your brain, that reticular activating system, then becomes almost like a horse or a greyhound chasing that rabbit. And in general, what it is, your focus then goes down this one lane, and everything that you think about is basically from this RAS system focused on that one alignment. And the same principle with it, it's these dreams that we have. And when I say dreams, even in our bed, it starts to come back to you, and you're like, why did I dream about that? What was that thought? How did that come about? And people whether it's attached to the subconscious of maybe a goal, dream, or aspiration that you've had around life in general. But in general, some people having these dreams that are just like, why did that come about? Where did it come from? And I think once you understand how the human brain works, and as I said, the mindset behind that and the building of those, or the building blocks of those thoughts, then you start to become, as you said, very conscious towards the actions that you truly want within your life. And once, you always hear about this manifestation or these goals, write out your goals, put them in a place where you can see those. It is this RAS system directing you almost like a laser guided missile towards its location. And, the easiest way we think about it, or get people to think about it, is we go from one location to the other and we've never been there before. We turn on a GPS system. The human personality and reality is from your mindset and what you turn on from your A to B location, and the focus in amongst that on that journey. And you'll find people that are lost or sort of not feeling or living the life they truly want. It's because they don't have that little focus towards that one thing within their life. They haven't really been truly aligned to that. They've thought it, but they've never actioned it. And this is where these dreams come out and literally play a role within people's lives.
for sure. Yeah. No, and it's saying the idea of writing it out. I think there's a particular magic in getting something out of your head and onto paper, manifesting in the world somehow, taking some positive physical action, a step.
Absolutely.
We metaphorically we say steps towards a goal, but it's literally how we walk across the room in the morning. To put our pants on. Um, get but the,
Exactly that. You think subconscious, you think about walking across the room as an example, or I might have to go to a location, but then the conscious action is to start walking towards that location. So the same principle, your goals in your head, you take that subconscious out, you put it down on paper, and now you're starting to walk towards what you actually are thinking about getting out within your life. And that's something that is very important for people to understand. You can think it constantly, but
Mhm.
as long as you don't action it, you'll just leave it where it sits, and then it becomes just a dream. And then, by the end of your life, you end up living with a lot of regret about the dreams that you once wish you had action. So
For
that would
sure.
be my biggest advice to everybody, especially on this podcast. These dreams that come to you, if they have some sort of consciousness that you want to act upon, write them out and start to move towards those, because life's very short, and you want to make sure that those 86,400 seconds you get every single day are action based around what you want to get out of life.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard. I can't remember where I heard it, but the idea that they asked folks on their deathbeds, what they regretted most, and very few people regretted the things they did. They usually regretted things they never did. I always wanted to do that thing, I never did it, and it's like, yeah, I get it, because sometimes we do things we think, oh, wouldn't it be great, and we do it, and we're like, it was okay. That wasn't everything I built it up to be in my mind.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you need to have those experiences too, where you're like, well, now I know. Now it's no longer an tantalizing mystery that'll never be solved. I've solved it, and I saw it wasn't for me. Uh,
Absolutely.
so at least doing
I,
those
I
things, giving yourself the opportunity to explore, and actually doing the exploring is a big deal.
Love that. And just being you, the best version of yourself is the one that you truly want to live within. And that's not me telling someone you need X, Y, or Z to live a great life.
Yeah.
My biggest tip to everybody is make sure that you're living the life that you truly want. Some people love the financial, materialistic side. Some people like the inner peace, quality of life, happiness side. And
Yeah.
that could be walking the beach, having your pet, or whatever it may be, and having just enough money to get by and going for hikes every single day. No one's right or wrong. One thing I did, what you touched on about the regret, my mother had leukemia, and at the front of the hospital during that time of her treatment with cancer, there was the terminal ward people would walk outside, and I was 18 at the time, and I would talk to these people and I'd ask them two questions. And the first one was, if you had one bit of advice to me, what would you give me around life? So, and I've got these huge chunks. You can imagine compressions of all their knowledge. And they said, this is the one piece I would give to yourself. But the same thing, what was the one thing you regretted most in your life? And I'd asked this question when I was 18, and they all said exactly that. I wish I had gone to this country. I wish I had started that business. I wish I had asked that person to marry me, or whatever